I know.
Hi. You wave back. I like you. Your eyes are fine.
I remember your brother. I knew him from sing-along.
I could love seeing everyone. Hi. So, if you cannot tell by the nose, I'm a clown. Yeah, a clown. Oh, yeah, okay, great. A fool, maybe, if you will. By the way, I hope you don't mind the script. I perform a lot and I talk a lot. I don't do a lot at the same time, so this is helpful. Anyway, I am a clown, a fool. But these days, people do not like clowns very much. You know, I kind of blame the Gacy guy. Maybe Stephen King, maybe Ringling Brothers, they all kind of gave us a bad name. A little bad press. But hopefully today we can fix a little bit of that. Yeah? Maybe? Yeah. So I'm pretty proud to be a fool. Very proud. I'm really proud of who I am. But today, I'm here as a part of something greater. Me and a few of my fool friends, my clown friends, we started a church, a clown church, if you will. We call ourselves the first Fools Church of the World Clown, the first because we're the first church. If we ever decide there's something wrong and we need to break it up, we'll be the second Fools Church, the second first Fools Church. There we go, that was what it was. Anyway. We started this church because we realized that clowning has been a part of many cultural traditions in human history. And we believe the fact, maybe the bad press, but it's fallen out of practice a lot of today. And we think it's not doing a lot for the state of the world. There's not the clown figure there to kind of help move us along into some joy. So we believe that we could bring a new answer in by bringing back the clown, bringing back foolery. So, I'm here to share some good news. You too can be a clown, a fool. Yeah, oh, this is good, we love this. And I know for some of you that didn't cheer, it kind of sounds like a bad thing to be a fool or a clown. A lot of people use it as an insult these days, but I promise you it is not a bad thing. So, to kind of give you a precursor on how to get there. To be a clown is to take up the practice of unknowing. Unknowing's kind of a funny word. We invented it a little bit because we thought it did a good job of explaining things. Now, unknowing sounds like it means to not know, to embrace ignorance, and to just give up on knowing anything. But that's not it at all. It's quite the opposite, actually. Then do a little script turn. Yeah, cheer for me while I'm doing this. There we go. Thank you. Unknowing, if you will, is the celebration and uplifting of the I don't know. The emphasis there being on the I. It is the release of the ownership of knowledge. But what does that mean in practice? For that, I would like to turn to the parable of the baseball team, brought to us by two of our dear fool prophets, Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. Oh, so some of us know this one. In the parable, the one man asks to the other, "Who is on first?" Meaning, who is the player on first base? Yes. And then the other man says, "Yes. Yes." This frustrates the first man, who wants to know who is on first. But he moves on to ask, "Who is on second?" Which the second man replies to him, "What?" The first man, unsatisfied with the answer, asks louder, "Who is on second?" The second man, he replies, "No. Who is on first? What is on second?" Thinking these questions and answers are unsatisfying, in frustration, the first man asks, "Who is on third?" And the second man replies, "I don't know. Repeat that. I don't know. The first man is extremely frustrated, so the exchange continues with him more aggressively yelling questions at the second man, who seemingly does not change his answers as he replies. However, the first man, in his demand for knowledge, for head knowledge, if you will, and for the ownership of answers, missed the knowing that was right in front of him. Who was on first? What is on second? And I don't know is on third. Yeah. Who, what, and I don't know were the names of the players. If the first man had dropped his need to know and embraced unknowing curiosity, not only would he have been able to actually enjoy the baseball game he was there to see, but he would have maybe been able to receive the knowing that he sought through curiosity, through being present in the action around him, through embracing the joy with being with others, a communal gathering like a baseball game. Instead, though, he could not accept the I don't know. We, as fools of the first church of the world clown, are called to embrace the I don't know. Embracing the I don't know allows us to release the need to be experts, to know everything. It allows us to ask questions of each other, to embrace each other's experiences, and to accept that we will not know every piece of that experience. It is impossible to know. Got another page turn, help me out. However, by doing this, it allows us access to greater knowledge, a collective knowledge put unto us by the world through the world clown, to embrace our senses, our bodies. A knowing is the embracing of each other, the embracing of the present, the embracing of, and the rejection of the ownership of knowing, and embracing knowing as a free-flowing current that surrounds us, that we can only touch parts of at any given time. A knowing is a freedom to say, I don't know, but I am willing to embrace knowing if it should come my way. And if it doesn't, I am open to the new and surprising pieces of knowing that the world clown does bless me or prank me with. He is a clown after all. To embrace unknowing is to be a clown. In the book of Unknowing, the first text of the world clown religion, it says, to need to know is fine, to unknow is divine. This is the central tenet of our beliefs. So now, real quick, I actually have a favor to ask of you. I'd like to invite you to become a clown with me. Anyone? Sound good? Okay, we got some people, all right. So to become, we can all do this together. And if you can, this works really well to stand. If you can't stand, that's okay. You can do it however is accessible to you. Just join us in your fool spirit, if you will. And I think I'm gonna come over here because it's hard to hold the mic and do this at the same time. There we go. So the first part of this ceremony, we say the phrase together. To need to know is fine, to unknow is divine. So I'll give you a chance to learn this. Repeat after me. To need to know is fine. Let's try that again. To need to know is fine. Beautiful, confident. To unknow is divine. Let's try it all together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. To need to know is fine. To unknow is divine. Let's try it again. To need to know is fine. To unknow is divine. Wonderful. Now, it would not be a proper fool ceremony if we did not make fools of ourselves. So there is a dance. This is how it goes. So we'll do the first part. We circle the ground. Ooh. Like this. To need to know is fine. Let's try it. To need to know is fine. And then up. To unknow is divine. Okay. Okay, this looks wonderful. So let's do this all together 5 times on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. To need to know is fine. To unknow is divine. Louder. To need to know is fine. To unknow is divine. To need to know is fine. To unknow is divine. I think we got 2 more. To need to know is fine. To unknow is... Last one, make it good. To need to know is fine. To unknow is divine. All right, thank you so much. You can seat if you want. Thank you. You are now all officially fools. Officially clowns. I now invite you to take this, and don't leave it here. Take foolery out into the world with you. Use the skills of the fool to be present in your life, to enjoy and find the joy around you, and maybe make some new fools as you meet them. Thank you.